Tom Tillis defends his endorsement of Todd Blanche as America's next Attorney General because, as it turns out, being courageous is just a giant pain in the ass. This is just another day. With the recent yes vote from Senators Thom Tillis and John Cornyn, Todd Blanche is merely steps away from being confirmed as America's next Attorney General. But with Senator Tillis being on the fence for so long, today he decided to hit the airwaves and explain himself.
Senator Tillis joins us now live. He is the author of the forthcoming book, How to Lose Friends and Antagonize Presidents: The Trouble with Sycophants, Courage Outsourcing, and Partisan Groupthink.
Oh, I'm sorry, he's just promoting his book. What perfect timing. I hope all that press coverage he received recently for his hesitancy around Blanche's nomination didn't give him too much unwanted attention. Frankly, I'm surprised he didn't hide from the cameras with a personalized disguise. And bravo to Tillis on his book subtitle, The Trouble with Sycophants, Courage Outsourcing, and Partisan Groupthink. Let's see how he tackled all those issues that plague Congress, but that he is definitely no party to.
How did you get to yes, given all the concerns you had and many Americans had about this so-called anti-weaponization fund?
I got to yes because Todd Blanche operated in good faith. He's proven to me he's a man of his word.
Oh, his word. Yup. No courage outsourcing there. In fact, I'm not sure why we even bother with all these legal documents anymore. It's such a waste of paper, and we could all save so much time by simply trusting what these politicians say. Sure, they haven't kept a single promise from their campaign, but it really feels like now is different. But please continue, Mr. Non-Sycophant.
Do you believe it's appropriate for any president to have his personal attorney become Attorney General, whether that's Donald Trump or Joe Biden or anybody else?
Well, the fact of the matter is Todd Blanche is no longer his personal attorney. As I understand it, it's a guy named... Yeah, he was. But, I mean, does that mean he's going to be excluded from any position going forward?
No, probably just the ones where he gets to essentially be Donald Trump's personal attorney. So I guess we can check partisan groupthink off the list, too. Let's hear more.
So I think he deserves confirmation. I'm encouraging my colleagues to vote for him.
Senator, there are a lot of people, legal experts and others, who've said that this is not a binding agreement over that 1776 fund, that the administration kind of gave you this document to satisfy you and get you to vote yes, and that they have other ways that they can pay people who attacked cops, for example, and were convicted by juries of their peers. Do you not worry that the administration will find other ways to pay those criminals?
I do, but that exists in any administration.
Of course. I mean, just because Joe Biden, Barack Obama, or every other president in recent history didn't pardon and then seek compensation for the throngs of insurrectionists that those presidents didn't encourage to storm the Capitol, doesn't mean they wouldn't do it. But how can this brave man, this non-courage outsourcing politician, be so sure that Todd Blanche can be trusted?
But I have insights into Todd Blanche that lead me to believe that he will be an acceptable attorney general.
Insights, of course! How foolish of the rest of us to rely on immutable facts, a public track record, and the recommendation from the New York City Bar Association when Senator Tillis just has an old hunch that everything will be fine and dandy. Think of it like his spidey sense, except instead of getting bit by a radioactive spider, that arachnid simply took away his spine. But unfortunately for Tillis, general insights aren't good enough for everyone else to feel comfortable about his yes vote. Some are even being so petty as to ask for specifics.
Senator, can you clear up and be specific about where you stand, where the legislation stands now on a potential immunity from the IRS with regard to the President of the United States and his kids?
Right now, I think what you would find, and you got John Cornyn is a former judge and an attorney, and I deferred to him on getting the language right and getting the language in the record to make sure that if anybody tries to expand the scope, that there's a legal basis for rejecting it.
Yes, if it turns out that we're exposed as having been easily duped by Todd Blanche, the DOJ, and the entire Trump administration, I want America to know that it was all John Cornyn's fault. I guess we can all look forward to Tillis's next book, How to Skirt Blame and Throw Your Friend Under the Bus. And since Tillis brought up his good friend, or now perhaps former friend, Senator Cornyn, it's worth revisiting John's courageous speech as to why he's voting yes after receiving Todd Blanche's assurance that the $1.8 billion slush fund was totally dead, even though Trump said he wants it very much alive.
Well, there's nothing we could do to rein in the president when he said he likes the fund and he wishes it still exists, but the fact of the matter, it's dead. And that's all we could do under these circumstances.
Whoops, did I say courageous speech? I meant statement of cowardice. John Cornyn peddled Trump's merch and bent over backwards to get a highway named after the guy in his home state. Also, Donald Trump could endorse his opponent and end his career. And still John Cornyn won't take a stand against this guy. What Todd Blanche gave these senators with his lone signature on this order was a half-baked assurance that this specific fund would go away. And even better, it's not even legally binding, as the initial settlement agreement between the IRS and Trump that created the fund notes it can only be modified with the written agreement of the parties, plural. But I guess how would Blanche or Cornyn know that? After all, they're only fucking lawyers. And even if you put aside Blanche's involvement with the anti-weaponization slush fund and his attempt to help Trump avoid an IRS audit until the end of time, there's plenty of other reasons that he's unfit for the job.
Are you satisfied with how Blanche has handled the Epstein investigation? And do you think that it was right for Ghislaine Maxwell to be moved?
I've been calling for releasing all the files since the revelations came forth. I feel like it is questionable. I don't know why she got transferred. It makes no sense to me. But what I will tell you is that Todd Blanche is the first head of the DOJ that's ever met with the victims. It was not a satisfactory meeting. It was a start.
What is happening? Tillis' shoulders must be getting quite the workout because all he keeps doing is throwing up his arms to say, what are you gonna do? Tillis keeps listing all of the corrupt shit that Todd Blanche has done and still is a yes vote on his confirmation. Apparently, the congressional standards for a promotion are a bit lower than most other jobs. Because I'm pretty sure that if Todd Blanche was trying to move up the ladder at Walmart and they found out he'd been protecting the co-conspirators of a sex trafficking ring, he wouldn't exactly be a shoo-in for the job. The reality is, Tom Tillis, John Cornyn, and the rest of the GOP are such Trump sycophants, they are looking for any possible excuse to be fooled by Todd Blanche. When he hands them a piece of paper that's not even legally binding, they consider that more than adequate proof that he'll follow the law. I think he could have scribbled, "We promise to do good" on a napkin, and that would have been enough to get him confirmed by these people. But importantly, where is all this trust on other issues? When Republicans are given mountains of documents showing the 2020 election wasn't rigged, still not good enough. When thousands of scientists tell them that climate change is real, they're still skeptical. And when a man attempts to save millions of lives during a global pandemic by recommending people put on a mask, they hold him in contempt. Republicans are the biggest skeptics in the world, but Donald Trump's former personal criminal defense attorney vomits out some useless promise that isn't worth the paper it's printed on, and suddenly they can sleep easy? All of them know better, but this president has created such a cult within his party that no one, not even the people Trump has openly talked shit about and openly campaigned against and openly ruined the careers of, have the balls to stand up to him. They are spineless, weak cowards who will do anything to maintain power, or at least their proximity to it. And sure, I can't prove that,
But I have insights.
Exactly. Before you go, one quick request. It's become clear to me that this White House is dead set on preventing me from reaching any audience. Trump's decision to put me as the first name on his enemies list is a testament to that. But it didn't quiet down then, and I won't do it now. So please do me a favor and subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell to be alerted when I post new content, and tune in when I publish videos so that they get picked up in the algorithm. The link to subscribe is right here on the screen. And together, let's make sure that we send a message to this administration that all they're doing by attacking me and independent media is making our platforms all the more powerful. Thanks.